Hello, welcome to the daily political tarot readings here on the Black and Orange channel. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. This is a new kind of thing we're doing today, where today we're streaming on YouTube as we always do, as we have for I've been here almost every single day since the day after Christmas 2019. I had an emergency that was for 5 days long in April of 2020. And other than that, I've been here every single day since then on YouTube. But as of today, we're going to try this month. Going to try also streaming on Facebook Live and Twitter. So that's what's going on today. So we're giving it a whirl, see what happens. Maybe it'll be helpful to people. Maybe it won't. We'll see. Okay. Let me go down here and pull up Ye Old Graphic, although none of them are hugely orange, so we'll do this. Aha, welcome. Hello. Again, I'm here 365 days of the year, weekdays, weekends, holidays, your birthday, my birthday, here I am. 10% of my income from everything Black and Orange goes to Feeding America at feedingamerica.org, which supplies food to food banks across the country. That is an ongoing thing. If you're watching this on replay, hello, you can go down in the description box. All the questions are listed there, and I timestamp them as I go. All of the live streams for all the years, they're all timestamped. So it makes it easy. If you want to, you can just click on you just go onto YouTube on the page for Black and Orange, and there's a little search engine you can just type in and you can get various things. Anyway, so it's always, and it also, so you can just come in, pick and choose, and you have to listen to me jibber jab if you don't want to. So, all right, we have drawings, and it's certainly when we hit certain milestones. The next one that's planned is if I'm fortunate enough to reach 15,000 subscribers. And if you are a Patreon member, we have a monthly tarot social, so that we just get together for 2 hours, and we do all kind of stuff. Last month the theme was a glitch in the Matrix. So, and then if you are at all interested in being a member, there are particular emojis you get if you join and become a member of the channel on YouTube, yeah, we've got some. You've got some been doing this for a couple of months now, so you have the 4 original emojis, including the Boo Boos and Kitty and Brave Sir Alfred a Pumpkin, and you've even got the Gray Chair of Happiness. And then this month you've got Halloween themed ones, including my new favorite, the Grim Bleeper, because I don't swear on this channel, so I try to keep things clean as much as I can, since we're looking at news. We really are news junkies around here. That's kind of how we do. All right. Well, that's what's going on with that, and I think that's all. I've got the Halloween deck out. For anyone who does not know, as I'm pulling this back up, for anyone who doesn't know, I don't know how, but this is the literal deck I bought when I was in college. And 1 month from today, I turned 51. So I don't know how it has survived this long. I just don't. Hello, Aiden. Hello, everybody. So it's starting to wear. I mean, if you look at the dark areas, and you can see where it's still a white flecks. We're just going to pretend it's a early snow at Halloween. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Oh, and yes, here there are Halloween pillows and a throw, and yeah, all kind of fun stuff. That is why it is called the Black and Orange channel. It is the colors of Halloween. Oh, and lastly, before I get in, yeah, this is the mat I'm using right now. Oh, okay, I'm an adult. I can handle it. There was a there were some Halloween stickers, glittery pumpkin stickers. And it was like, oh, I wonder if there's any chance of it was a family member. It was by a family member. And I was just thinking, oh, I wonder if they got that from me. I hope they got that from me. Glittery pumpkin stickers would be the coolest thing ever. But it's like, are you 50 years old? Yeah. So anyway, all right. Oh, in Australia, the day after Christmas is called Boxing Day. Yes, it is Boxing Day. I was married to an Englishman for 20 years. A lot of people don't know what that is. So if I said I've been here since Boxing Day 2019, there are whole swaths of the U.S. and elsewhere who would be like, what? So, all right. Aiden says if young Autumn went to my college, we'd probably be besties. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Fist bump. We're buddies now. So, all right. Be Grateful says I'm in my 70s. My kids say I'm about 14. There we go. All right. So, lastly, I will explain as I'm pulling up today's questions that the whole reason, if this is your first time here, the whole reason for the overlays, the colors, it's the nails, the themes, all of this kind of stuff going on. A lot of it is because we are dealing with the news, and we're dealing with some really icky stuff. And it's hard. It can be really hard. The energy is really heavy. I'm reading the collective energy, and that helps. This isn't 100% accurate, but it definitely helps for us to get insights and for us to cope with what's going on in the world. And we just do it together with some humor and I try to bring the pretty stuff, and we just try to support each other. We have a great community here because of you. Thank you. People are very kind to each other, really helpful, because we're there was the rise of Trump, the rise of fascism, and just no, not gonna be quiet for that. So way back in the day, way back when we didn't know if Trump was going to be out of power, it was scary, and I'd had enough, and I just said, that's it. I was it was mentally in a kind of dark place, and I didn't show my face for a very, very long time. I didn't have any confidence. But I said, that's it. If we are going to have fascism in America, then I know I'm just one person. I know there's nothing that would be special about me. But if heaven forbid whoever tried to, take me to court for being against the Fuhrer, whatever, it was like, I want a good 500-600 videos that they can use as evidence against me. That where I'm saying, no fascism in America. No authoritarianism, rule of law, power to people, equality, decency. And no, I'm not accepting the walking embodiment of all 7 deadly sins. So this is my pleasant, I'm hopefully helping people, but this is my pleasant way of saying to the neo-Nazis, seek help. So anyway, all right, so let's go. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. All right, so Allison was joking the other day. She said she was listening to me on her way to work. It's just making a habit of that, and she's like, autumn in the morning. So anyway, all right, let me refresh, and we're going to jump into the first question. All right, now you're all caught up. Seasons 1, 2, 3, 4. Channel's 4 years old. I'm 1,383 videos in. Yeah. So, all right. Whew. We're okay. So at 10:15, I don't usually talk this much at the beginning, but like I said, we're spreading our wings here together. Okay. Yes, yes, Dr. Nancy, no fascism, loving kindness, please. Oh, yeah. All right. So the first question for today is, most GOP nominees, 299 in total, from 48 states, are 2020 election deniers. 299 GOP nominees are election deniers. Really? What does this mean for the country after the midterms? Well, I've been getting all along, and I'll read on it, of course, now, but I've been getting all along that it's going to be litigation palooza. The Republicans are just going to anywhere, just about anywhere they lose, they're going to be like, stolen fake news, whatever. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. What is this going to mean after the midterms? Let's see here. Feeling kind of feisty today. Like, bring it, GOP, bring it. Had enough of your authoritarian, hypocritical garbage. Had enough. And yes, this is a blue channel. It just is. It's just I don't know. I do not know how anybody can call themselves a reader and actually deal with the energy and be Republican. You can't. With Trump, no. Mm-mm. But hey, if I wanted to make money, I'd swallow all of my ethics and my pride, and I would be a far-right reader. There are a few out there, and they are making bank. It's not worth it. Mm-mm. Burden. They are the far right. They are extremists. They have a burden because of their extremism, because people are really tired. It isn't, I wish it'll be a blowout. We're absolutely going to win from the beginning to the end. But there's still some people who are just going to be like, and we're going to be reading on gas prices. They're like, gas prices, that's all I care about. I don't care if women are dying. I don't care if unfortunately, there are some of those people. But they are very much the minority. And you cannot win elections just with those people. So, Emperor. Seek help, Trump. Seek help. Ace of Pumpkins. Money. High Priestess. Page of Swords. And Page of Pentacles. Yeah, so this... oh, excuse me. So this is very much the far right, focus only on your money. Focus only on your money. And look, I'm not rich. I don't believe any of you are. We're not, it's not like we're Democrats because we can afford anything. It's like, no, we're Democrats because we believe in civilization. And they're just focused only on money, only on power. Use your higher wisdom. Use your higher wisdom, because anyone who's thinking, well, they're not going to come for Social Security. They're not going to take away my benefits. That's their point. and they have said it out loud, and they have drafted bills. Well, they will take every, what they call entitlement, and they will bring it. It will have to be voted back into existence every 6 months. That's what the legislation says. That's what they're trying to do. Use your higher wisdom and vote Democrat. Vote for Democrats, please. These are the young people. There are young people who they're buying into this idea that Democrats are telling them what to do. Not generally, no. Generally, we got stuff to do. Young people coming up. But the question itself was about the midterms. And what I've got is a lot of young voters, a lot of women voting, a lot of people voting who haven't voted before, haven't voted for a long time, who are very, very upset about the extremism. And they're just like, no, I do not want to live under a flat out patriarchy. So, Sharon was saying ERA now. Yeah. Be Still and Know says, I find that they've embraced and enjoy cruelty. It's so disturbing. I agree. So a lot of people are going to come out, but do not underestimate the amount of, this is the devil card. Do not estimate the denying, we're not going to pay attention to reality. I mean, I've been running across a lot of Mike Lindell recently, and for a while it's just like, okay, he's a harmless buffoon. He's not a harmless buffoon. He's really not. He's spending huge amounts of money on this, and he is deranged. He is willfully delusional. And he is damaging himself. He's damaging democracy. And democracy can take it, but he's not as harmless as you might think. If you start listening to him enough, and people will put up with him because it's like, oh, he's just a crank. He's just like, crazy Uncle Mike. No, it's worse than that. So anyway. All right. So second question at 18 minutes in. So the FBI has revealed that an Ohio pastor was a part of the January 6th insurrection. Pastor. Who then even preached about it. Okay, if I'm no longer Catholic. I was Catholic until I was 16. All right. I was raised, I went to Catholic schools. My whole family is still Catholic. I have done my time in the school uniform. I've done my time in sitting in church. I have read a lot of the Bible stuff. I've had it taught to me, et cetera, many, many, many years. And I am here to tell you, with the experience I have, that if you believe that Jesus is okay with you preaching for violence, or, I don't know, putting automatic weapons in your kids' hands for a Christmas card, Christ Mass, Christmas card, you have lost the plot. So anyway, FBI has revealed that an Ohio pastor was part of January 6th, who then even preached about it. As more extremist pastors are coming to light with clear political views, their tax-exempt status has become a thing of the past. Now there's the rub. There's some people who've said, you know what, and not even Republicans, just people in general have said, You know, all Trump has to do is just flat out call himself a church. He'd be able to take all that money. The election, you know, the laws about election donations and what have you. So, tax-exempt status. Well, thank heavens the IRS is finally starting to get some of their problems fixed. There was a really good article. I want to say it was in Vanity Fair. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but it was an amazing article, and it had photographs, and it showed how they are just drowning in paper. And cafeterias, just nothing but just they're using it for storage. Places where people used to sit and eat, no, it's just piles and piles and piles of paper, hallways full of file folders, and the computer system that they're using was created by someone who worked there like back in the 80s, or at least early 90s. It was way back early days. So this person was basically able to just create their own language, computer language. And that's what they're still stuck dealing with. So as the IRS gets more funding, can finally modernize, can finally catch up, things could start looking a little bit better. 9 of Cups. And I've said this often, but it's true. We are not hardwired to really understand just how big the world is, how many people are in the world, how many people are in our country. We are still hardwired to be in these small clans, that are kind of separated out. So once things start working properly, it can be amazing what can get done. Think of the January 6th committee. Once you got the people out of the way, well, they voluntarily left out of the way, who don't believe in government, don't believe in democracy, don't believe in accountability. Once you got them out of the way, you have a January 6th select committee that is just on it, and they can do a lot, and they have done a lot. And that's the IRS can suddenly just turn from this absolute mess, despised mess, to okay, they're just doing their thing. So yes, Dr. Nancy, punch cards. So yeah, the government just laying everything out, just everything being better organized, working better. Oh my gosh, it could actually be good, believe it or not. I know it's like the IRS. How could you say something nice about the IRS? Because I live in civilization. I give 10%. I will, by choice, I give 10% of my gross income to established charities. And then I pay taxes. And then I live on what's left. That's my choice, because I live in civilization. And I want to support those who have less than I do. I want to be a part of building bridges and roads and keeping us safe and all this kind of stuff. Republicans, I can't. I just can't. Anyway, all right. 7 of Pentacles. And my family member. I've got family members who are Republicans. So 7 of Swords. That's a Thief card. There's a Fool card. There's the Justice card, and there is the 2 of Pentacles. So tax-exempt status, going back to question, tax-exempt status for the churches, they've definitely benefited from that. That's a Thief card. That's a Fool card, which people have been suckered. Not all churches are bad by any stretch, but some of them are. Some of them are just about the leaders making huge amounts of money, pushing their political agendas. Yeah. And this is major arcana justice, which is coming. And this lovely settled fruits of labor here. This is very unsteady, unstable, as in the justice, the laws, the judiciary, the laws, what have you, are going to start turning somewhat. And I think part of this is going to be because the IRS is finally going to be able to really take a better look at these kinds of, they're going to have the manpower, the woman power, the person power to really look at these situations. So I'm all for it. Let's do that. Okay. All right. What is next? 26 minutes, and we're moving on to U.S. politics. Democrats in the Florida legislature sent letters asking the U.S. Department of Justice and the U.S. Department of Transportation to investigate the DeSantis administration for using deception and coercion to transport Venezuelan migrants and their children to Martha's Vineyard, and for crimes against fashion. Just saying. I think he should have worn the whole stormtroopers. DeSantis with his white boots, he should have worn the whole stormtrooper thing. He should have just gone full stormtrooper. Just my opinion. Don't go halfway. Anyway. So what is Democrats in the Florida legislature are basically asking for an investigation into DeSantis for deception and coercion in sending migrants and their children to Martha's Vineyard. So, all right. Well, we know this is the card of rancor. The far right just trying to stir things up. DeSantis trying to stir things up, doing stunts like this to try to stir up their base. Oh, Kristen from Uncovering the News has a headline: News Texas Governor Greg Abbott, or as I call him, Cruel King Abbott of Texas, used COVID funding to bus migrants out of the state. Color me shocked. Yeah. All right, 8 of Swords, legally hemmed in. 6 of Wands, far right victory. King of Ghosts, King of Cups. This is the Biden administration, Biden DOJ. It looks like they will get involved in looking into this. This is what happened to the migrants. They were basically just kind of tied up in. I mean, they were forced to sign certain things. They were promised things that didn't exist. And then they were just shipped off. Not only just shipped off, but for this is the card of victory. And since I started reading on politics every day, my wand cards have become the cups are usually Democrats, pentacles are usually Republicans, and wands are usually the far right. And that's exactly what this is. So it looks like the DOJ will get involved. So. Will it hurt DeSantis? Now that's the question. Wheezy Squeeze Boxes, I didn't realize Go-Go Boots were making a comeback. Well, those, let me see. Those boots were made for bulking, and that's just what they'll do. One of these days he's going to walk right out of government, because he doesn't believe in it. I don't know. I would need more time to come up with a full. What do you mean I need to actually be a part of the government? I'm trying to destroy it. You're the governor. So, Page of Imps, Page of Wands, the messenger. I don't know why I pulled so many. I was just going to grab another 3, but I got 5. High Priestess, Moon, Temperance. Okay, this has to, because of bringing up, this isn't just DeSantis. This is DeSantis, Abbott. I think they were doing the same thing in Arizona at some point. Oh my gosh, okay, there's a Knight of Wands here, which is the far action by the far right. These are all major arcana. So this is a big thing. This is a big deal. And this is very much tied in with putting children in cages, taking them away from their parents. I mean, this time, oh, great, some of the kids got to stay with their parents, but how many? I mean, it's terrible. Secrets, absolute howling at the moon, upset. And this is the temperance that kindness, empathy, consideration, actual rule of law can bring. But DeSantis is in his ilk. They want to actively corrupt the government. The Hierophant is the government. It's an institution. They want to they're just going to keep going, but it's ultimately not going to win. It's not going to stand. There's a temperance card right in the middle, which is this isn't going to keep. No, there's a major arcana right in the center of this reading that's saying peace, relax, stop. But that doesn't mean that these people, these leaders, are going to change. But with temperance in the middle, likelihood is that they will be legally stopped, be legally held accountable. That would be awesome. Judgment, facing judgment. Back to DeSantis. 10 of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles, Ace of Cups. This dynasty, but it's also sending children around. That's not good. This is the damage being done, but ultimately, please vote. Please vote, because Democrats can come in. They can help these poor kids. They can help the situation. And this could be Biden's, because this is Cups, it could also be a big action by the Biden administration, like the DOJ, to try and mitigate the damage done. So I get that the DOJ is going to get involved. So all those cards are just bolded. They're all saying pretty much the same thing. So, all right. All right, so at 33 minutes in, Eileen had a question. Okay, so court records show, 33 minutes in, court records show Vertol and the airline. Okay, there's an airline that was used to transport migrants to Martha's Vineyard, and that airline is called Vertol. It was once represented by Matt Gaetz. He was a close ally of DeSantis. Will it hurt them in the short or the long term? I doubt it. I'll pull 3 cards, 3 for Hazmat Gaetz and 3 for Death Santis, I should say. Not Satan. I don't give him that much credit. Not that I'm... Anyway, that's another discussion, but Death Santis, there we go. Will this whole migrant thing hurt Gaetz? Will this whole migrant thing hurt DeSantis? Page of Swords. Swords can be... Page of Swords is a card for bullies, childish bullies, no matter how old they are. But it can also be, the swords are air signs. It can be legislation. They can be the law. They can be voting. They can, that sort of thing, thought, technology. These guys are bullies. And voters know that. It's not like it's, I mean, there are some low information voters out there. We know. But this is not a shock. This is not a surprise. It's not like he did what? Gaetz. Page of Ghost. Page of Cups. I'll explain in a second. Four of Pentacles. Knight of Swords. He has his own problems because this is the card I get for young women. Entertainment only, YouTube. This is the card I get for young women. This is a lack of funds, a lack of support, Republican support. It may be that his father, because Gaetz is constantly being bailed out by his father, his very wealthy father. So this could be, you know, how much money does his father actually have? Because the last I heard, he was going to help Gaetz by, gosh, he was trying to pay somebody off for like $13 million. Who has $13 million just sitting around? And if they do, you want to, okay, it's your son. Okay, it's your child. Okay, but really? How many DUIs? I agree. I agree. Holly in France and Mel saying about bullies are cowards. Bullies are weaklings. Most bullies run away or back down when confronted. Yeah. Yes, Semprus, exactly. And yes. Thank you, Isabel. So they're bullies. This is lack, and I know that it came out in the news, which may or may not be a planted story, where prosecutors have decided they're not going to mess with Matt Gaetz. Really? They're not gonna bring any charge against Matt Gaetz, huh? And that's not. And it's like, okay, that's frustrating, but then why do I keep getting cards of aggressive law enforcement coming from Matt Gaetz? I mean, just. Atha Volpe says, just a heads up, Gaetz lost his law license. He represents no one in every way. I'm with you on that one. I keep getting law enforcement coming for this guy. I mean, I'm here every day, and some of you are too, which is amazing. Thank you. It's so great to not have to go through the news alone. Thank you. But you know, I keep reading on him, and I keep getting the same thing. Those cards just aren't going away. So for DeSantis, 9 of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, Page of. He'll get in trouble down the line, but this is the sitting pretty card. This is him as king of the Republicans in his mind, anyway. And this is the messenger. He was a part of all of this, and there are records of that. There are going to be discussions. There are going to be witnesses. So. This is not going away. Gaetz, that's a whole different level of in trouble. So, oh, thank you, Tiffany. Thank you. All right. Kathy Delisle says, I remember back in the day you were always trying to be your better angel. Maybe that's a quote wrong. I don't know. And it's not in all caps, so that's the other thing. If you put things in all caps, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Excuse me. Anything in all caps in the chat is how you definitely communicate with me. Other than that, please type normally when you're talking to others, because that way I know, because people have whole conversations and they help each other and talk to each other. And I'll know when to just keep my nose out. But do keep it clean. That's all I ask. All right. Oh, Fran would like some prayers. send some healing to Fran's grandson who fell off the monkey bars at school. He's having complications. Absolutely. Oh, might. Bless. Bless. And thank you all who are praying as well. Could feel that. It's wonderful. All right, so Trillium Tarot saying that Gaetz lost his license by not paying a $175 renewal fee. Yeah. All right, so at 41 minutes in, Maggie, who had a question? 41. Can you see any relief from these horrible lying political ads for the 2024 presidential race? We are seriously considering moving out of the country, as the thought of those ads makes me physically ill. Oh, I'm so sorry. Thank you, Tiffany. Thank you. Thank you. Any relief from the political ads? No. And I'm sorry that they make you feel ill. I've put things in place to try to avoid a lot of ads, and I pony up for YouTube Premium, so I can watch my news almost exclusively on YouTube. I can watch the clips of the shows later, and I don't have to watch the ads. But you've got to do what you've got to do. Personally, I'll never leave. I'll never leave. And I'm not telling anyone what you should do, but I'm saying for me, I will. No, you will take America. You will take my citizenship and my belief in this country. You will. I will go down with this ship, and I will be speaking out, and that's just the way it is. And it can be bad because, I mean, Marjorie Trader Greene's, her ad where she's shooting, she killed an animal during that ad. I'm still horrified by that. I still get like flashes of that going through my head. It is heinous. It is absolutely heinous. And I do not understand why it was okay with, I don't know, the FCC, the powers that be on YouTube or what have you. How can you show that? How is that okay? So I know there's some heinous stuff on there because we go through some of it together. But is it going to get better? No one's pushing back against Marjorie Trader Greene, not effectively. Six of Cups. Yeah, we're trying to help each other. We're in this together. We always say, we are in this together. You are not alone. We are in this together. So hang in there, hang in there. We're in this together. King of Swords. Seven of Swords, Magician. This is the powers that be on what you can communicate. We've got swords. Then we have a thief card. Then you have people who take advantage of the situation, like Marjorie Trader Greene. The other side of it is that even though you have really heinous political ads coming out, you do have people who will pull a rabbit out of a hat and be able to really change the narrative, change what people are talking about, change how people are thinking about things by ads. So they're not all bad. They can be really heinous. And unfortunately, until the extremists just lose unquestionably, you're done, son. You pack it in, pack up your stuff, hit the road, Jack. Until they just are wiped out in elections, they're a part of the political discourse, so they can just, and to some extent we have to just think of it that way, just like, whatever. Holly and Francis, I moved from the US 11 years ago this month, no regrets. Well, whatever works for you. I'm not saying what anybody else should do. Part of America is the freedom to come and go. Kathy Lampson, I didn't realize she actually shot an animal. I'm sorry. Sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but yeah. Thank you, Trillium Tarot. Yes, the next hearing is a week from today, is last I heard. Although this morning it wasn't yet on the official docket. Docket, that's what I call it. No, it's not the docket. The committee website, the House website, House of Representatives website lists stuff that's upcoming. It's not up. It wasn't up there before I came on, but I imagine it will show up. They usually talk about it first, and then it shows up officially. But I'm planning on next Thursday, a week from today, whenever it is, I will be live. It's a watch party. There's a January 6th hearing. I'm here, and we'll watch it together. I usually do readings during that, and I'm kind of like a silent movie because I get upset. I get emotional about the whole thing, so you don't even need subtitles. I'm just like off to the side over here, just like so anyway. Oh, one more question about DeSantis. Yeah. Okay, chalking. These boots were made for gawking. Sorry, I'm trying to run through the words could potentially rhyme. Hawking, locking, mocking. Yes, these boots were made for mocking. Yes, they are. DeSantis's boots are made for mocking. That's it. Rocking, socking, shocking, socking, talking. Those boots are made for mocking. And that's just what we'll do. All right. 48 minutes in. Kristen had a question. 48 minutes in. Will DeSantis hide the deaths of Hurricane Ian as he did with COVID? Thank you. Thank you, guys. Yes, Rainey. I love when you throw popcorn. Yeah, then when they actually have videos of Trump, I find myself just throwing my popcorn. He's so awful. DeSantis, are you going to try to hide the deaths? Oh, did you guys hear? Did you see Marjorie Taylor Greene's latest tweet about the hurricane? And I can't remember. I don't. Is she? Anyway, we'll get there. Hermit. Cooking. Well, we know with the COVID numbers, he's cooked the books, as 'twere. Tower. That was the hurricane. Bless everyone who was affected by the hurricane. Hierophant, it's the government responding to the hurricane. And that is the Knight of Cups, which is, it's not just going to be up to him to work out the numbers. So I don't think it's going to be like COVID, but there's something here where it feels like they've put, maybe the federal government is putting a few things in place or getting information from other things in places. So they've got a really accurate number, or surprisingly accurate number. So if DeSantis is like, hey, they'll be like, sorry, excuse us. Yeah, excuse me. We have the receipts. Refusal Four of Coast. Yes. Don't forget that the representatives for Florida voted against federal money for disasters. Yeah. And then once their state was hit, oh, we need money. Really? High Priestess, that would be the secrets. Seven of Wands on the defensive moon. This is the past. They don't trust yet. There's no trust of DeSantis. When it comes to coming up with numbers, there is no trust. There are people in there are Democrats or people who care about their state, society, that care about people who are just not going to put up with it. And they are wise to DeSantis's cruelty. Anyway. Sweet Sugar Jones says, please no mass shooting readings. Please. I wasn't kidding when I said I have PTSD. I do too. So, yeah, I don't usually do mass shooting readings. So, I'm afraid I don't do personal readings, Sonia. I'm sorry. Just do political stuff. So, oh, really? Alice Lemon says that's funny. Rumpy called Death Satan fat. Pot. Kettle. Oh, hello, Lisa. Hello, Corinne. All right, so at 52 minutes in, Steve had a question. Again, if you'd like a question answered, just put it in the chat before we start. Might have to. This is our first day. This is our very first day. My very first day broadcasting on Facebook and Twitter as well as YouTube. So we are still going to have some things to work out as far as what works, what doesn't, how people can how I can answer your questions and get them. So just so you know. Okay. So 50. Let's say 53. I'm going to. Actually, I'm going to take a. Miss Sarah, if you wouldn't mind, is there a way to put, if you're listening, is there a way to put a message on Facebook that this isn't personal readings, it's just political stuff? I would appreciate that, because I don't want people to just get frustrated by thinking there's something available here that because I just do political stuff. So if you can, thank you. Otherwise, I'll work something out and we'll get there. We'll get there. Okay. So at 53:30, OPEC has cut production. Okay, this is a worry. OPEC has decided to cut production. Oh, Sarah's got it. Okay, thank you. Gas prices are suddenly going up. Will this have a negative effect on close races? There is a graph on the New York Times, by the New York Times. New York Times. It's Biden, it's price of gas and Biden disapproval rating. Let me look for the, yeah, I can just pull this up. Or not. Oh, hang on. Oh, technical difficulty. Talk amongst yourselves. And let me just open image in a new tab, because I saw this elsewhere this morning. And so while this won't show, it isn't marked, you can see present screen, Chrome tab. There's the image. All right, this is this is, I believe, this is the price of, as the price of oil has shifted. This is Biden's disapproval rating. So you can see how closely they're following each other. Like I said, the people who are just focused on what's good for me and nothing else. Forget that I live in a civilization, that I have a community, that I cannot get by just by myself. It's important. So Saudi Arabia has decided with Russia to cut production, to try to raise the prices, because what Biden did, right now the price of gas should be high. There's a lot of upset. There's what's going on with Russia, Ukraine. There's a lot going on, and we're still recovering from a pandemic, and we have supply shock issues. So Saudi Arabia and Russia have decided to cut production to try to raise prices on which is going to hurt, which can hurt actually liberal leaders, non-conservative leaders all over. So one of the things that Biden did was he released a huge amount of a huge amount from the millions of gallons from the National Reserve, and that helps lower prices. But there's only so much he can do. So one of the things that's potentially happening is there's talk about lifting some of the sanctions on Venezuela. The sanctions are on Venezuela because of human rights violations. But you're kind of in a rock and a hard place, because what do? Because going into the middle of winter, people need to be able to not freeze to death. And I know there are certainly people who are retired or who are on disability who are barely, keeping body and soul together as it is. Biden has worked very hard to try to get that infrastructure bill passed, and he did. And that movement toward us being free from these heinous people is going onward. But what do you do? What do you not do? So, and in the short term, OPEC raises the price of gas, and right as we're going into the midterms, what's going to happen? Rock and a hard place. Oh, Sandy Miller's got a cute kitty. Pleasantly plump orange kitty, Ginger, snuggling on Mama's lap, sharing the kitty love with everyone. We need it. Oh, thank you. We need it. Hanged man. Rock and a hard place. We're just having the everything kind of turned on its head. What can you do? What can you do? What can you do? Five of Pentacles. People suffering in the winter. There's justice, so trying to work out some balance. Tower. Three of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles. We're going to get through the winter. That's what this is saying. We are going to work together. This feels like people helping each other. This feels like people putting in more. Maybe even some cities, believe it or not, maybe putting in some more efficient stuff in their cities. This is a movement toward efficiency. This is helping those who are really hurting. This tower actually feels more like what's going on in Russia. So this is the potential that we're afraid of. We're afraid of people being hurt. but there will be some kind of balance. And also, it doesn't always help, but just knowing that doing what we're doing now and helping Ukraine, even though it's costing us more, it makes things more expensive for us. It's right. And it's a lot cheaper than doing nothing and letting Putin just roll over Ukraine, because he's already talked about he wouldn't stop at Ukraine. And the last thing we need is to have to go put boots on the ground in Poland. So actually, this is cheap compared to what could happen. And it's the right thing to do. That Russia is going to lose. I've been saying that all along. Russia is going to lose. I'm not the only reader saying it. So hang in there. Biden, it does feel like Biden's going to do what he can. It does feel like the Democrats are going to come up with everything they possibly can, because they actually care. They actually want to help. So we'll make it through. Kevin, true, it's way cheaper than Europe. That's true. That's true. Yes, it is. All right, so at 102. All right. Let's just go down. I'm just going to skip that one. All right. There was not a particular, that was something that was added in, but it wasn't asked by a specific person. So I'm going to go straight to the next one, 102 in a bit. All right. 215. Okay. Hershel Walker. The good thing is I really do feel like there's going to reach a point here where I will never have to read on him again. He will go away. He will go have his, I don't think he's going to win. I really don't. But he's going to go have a life somewhere else, and I am not going to have to read on his energy anymore, and that will be a good day. Won't be as good a day as when I no longer have to read on Marjorie Trader Green. I still get twitches whenever I think of Michelle Bachmann, who is proto Marjorie Taylor Greene. But Hershel Walker, his campaign is devolving each day. Allegations of abuse, spousal abuse, have arisen, child abuse. And the woman who has the check and the get well card, but it's by law, it's too late for the GOP to submit a new candidate. Is the seat going to go blue? By the way, when it comes to the problems in the Hershel Walker campaign, he claims with the spousal abuse, he claims his dissociative identity disorders to blame. And for child abuse, the GOP claims the teen is a spoiled brat. Oh, and who was it? It was on Hal Sparks recently. He was watching. There was a woman. She's a far right commenter. Has her own channel, and she was talking about the situation with Walker. Number one, she said, "I don't care about whatever he did or didn't do. I just want control of the Senate." Like, that's kind of saying the quiet part out loud, isn't it? But also she said, "I don't care what he did with some skank." Excuse me? And then she repeated it. "I don't care what he did with some skank." I'm sorry. The man, okay, the woman has loose morals, but he should be elevated to office. Have several seats, please. Oh, Jen Glenn, you saw it too. She called people who get abortions skanks. I'm sorry, the 1940s called. They want their stupidity back. Is the seat gonna go blue? 9 of wands. Oh, the far, yeah, they're taking a beating. They're taking a beating. Matter of fact, the energy on this is very it's like walking through spider webs. It's that's what the energy of this whole thing is like. Oh, M. Kelpie says Whoopi went off about the skank remark. Oh, I'll have to look that up. Donna Belvin says it's already blue. It's Warnock's seat. Go blue, stay blue. Yeah. Yeah, and it's also amazing. I think it was it Newt Gingrich? Oh, I thought I wouldn't have to read on him ever again either. Anyway, Newt Gingrich, I believe he was talking about how Hershel Walker should be in this seat because he's a true Christian. He has a true relationship with Jesus. Reverend Hershel Walker. You know, that was Martin Luther King. Okay. Devil. 6 of Swords. Hermit. 5 of Swords. 5 of Cups. This is a mess. He's a mess. The whole thing's a mess. Voters are definitely thinking about going to the other side. Some Republicans voting for Warnock or just not voting at all. Hershel Walker's isolated, even though they're trying to throw money at him. This is insult to injury. It's just a mess from beginning to end. And then this is a card of disappointment. Quite often it's the cups that are being knocked down, but there are always cups that are still standing, which is do not give up hope. But in this case, sometimes it's the person on the right trying to kick down all of the Democrats' ideas, policies, their strengths, and they just can't seem to manage it. They just can't seem to knock everything down. The trajectory of this is just so what about Warnock? Let's specifically ask about Warnock at 109. All right, 109. Warnock. Honey, I don't really hear many people talking about him because he's just doing his job. From what I can tell, he's just being a decent person, doing his job. Fran says, I don't understand why people can be so hateful. Yeah, life is short. Being mean to people doesn't make you happy. Ding. Oh, Lilibel, Whoopi Goldberg snaps on The View over radio host Dana Loesch calling women who have abortions skanks. How dare you? Thank you. Thank you, Whoopi. Thank you. All right, Reverend Warnock. He's got it feels like the energy, he's got the same kind of drama around him that politicians have. The people who are in leadership often have. I mean, reading on Hershel Walker, he's like a crumpled up paper bag. He's being used. Son. Well, that's heinous. It's actually a good thing that what this feels like, I hate to say this, it's actually a good thing the Republicans chose a candidate who isn't white. Racism makes me sick. Because a white candidate would be doing better in the state than Hershel Walker's did. Gross. The Sun card used to be lovely for me. It did. And then I started reading on politics every day, and now one of the meanings of this lovely card of warmth and growth and sunflowers and all these great things is also a card of white supremacy, which makes me crazy. There's nothing special about this. My ancestors went north. That's it. We are all from mitochondrial Eve. Suck it up. Fruits of labor. Queen of Cups. Four of Swords. Knight of Wands. Six of Pentacles. Well, this is what the Republicans have as far as a base of power in the state. And the Queen of Cups, this is definite work by the Democrats are definitely up and working. Got the card quiet as a tomb right in the middle. I've got a Knight of Wands here, so that's Hershel trying to do his stupid. And these two cards together. This is charity. This is the far right actively fighting for their candidate. This is all of these people who are coming out of the woodwork to justify any single thing Hershel Walker has done, will do. They want power, and they can't get it unless he wins that seat. And so this is them coming out of the woodwork, but it just feels like it's not going to work. They're just, and expect Republicans to challenge election results. Just gird your loins now. Just be like, and okay, polls are closed, and Republicans will be filing cases in 3, 2, 1. It's just not there. There's just, the more they talk on the right about him, the more bad things come out. The worse, the more people don't want to vote for him. They think it should have been easy for him, but this is a Queen of Cups who's well organized, who's, she's in charge. She's got stuff worked out. This is a mess, and it's not going to go well for Walker. Anyway. No. Okay. Charlene is saying that Walker's son went on a rant on TikTok. Okay. At 1:14:30. Okay, I've got 3 questions left. I try to do at least 12 questions a day or beyond for at least an hour, whichever comes first, just to kind of give you an idea. And I'm here every day. So at 1:15, Vice President Harris Vice President Harris's motorcade was in a car accident. And the Secret Service played it off as a mechanical failure until they were pressed to tell the truth. Will an overhaul of this agency happen soon? Oh, okay. So this is really a question about the Secret Service. By the way, my understanding, please, again, as always, correct me if I'm wrong, but my understanding is they have found a whole bunch of the Secret Service communications around January 6th have been found and given to the January 6th committee. Am I correct on, or at least the DOJ? Did I hallucinate that? I don't literally hallucinate, just. Okay. Frida Smet says you're all in for a treat tonight. The moon looks lovely. Oh, good. Thank you. Okay. Secret Service. You've certainly got some PR work to do, and that should include some overhauls. And as soon as Biden got in, he was like, no, I want my old team. Oh, the window's open. There's a lovely fall smell coming through from the leaves. It's lovely. Temperance. Yeah, we want them doing their jobs, keeping people safe, and nothing else. In the background, you're not here to be a political operative at all, ever. No way, no how. And if you are, hit the road, Jack. Rainey is saying, I'm looking at the moon from here in England. She's beautiful. Oh, wow. I love that. I love that you're saying, it's lovely. And then soon I'm going to see it rise here. And, oh, that's lovely. I like it. All right, Knight of Wands. Mike Pence not wanting to get into that car. Six of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles. Fool. Ace of Swords. All right, the truth is coming about the Fool. This is the card of planning. The Three of Pentacles is a card of planning, the card of, okay, this is what we're going to do. This is how we're going to do it. There were people who were corrupt and in the pocket of Trump, but there were some good people too. This is a card of generosity and charity. The center of the reading is it's a plan. There's a plan. There's going to be a plan. And the more that comes out about what happened on January 6th, about the more truth that comes out about the Fool, the big orange Fool, guess who that is, the stronger this plan is going to be. And the card for the reading is Temperance. So Secret Service is going to get better. But that they let themselves fall so far. Really? Hello, Sherry. Man, oh day. All right. So, all right, we got a question about Putin. Oh, whew. Get out your sage. Don't have it in pocket, so I just gotta stick it right there. Oh boy, let's go read on the serial killer. As Putin signs his heinous annexation plan into law, did you guys see the where he was announcing it and what have you? Where he's standing at the podium and the audience is literally like 50 feet back, or 30, 40, 50 feet back. And every one of them was just sitting there, just looking shocked and miserable. Just. The whole audience, every single one of them. Ugh. So as Putin signs his heinous annexation plans into law, his U.S. ambassador, his ambassador to the U.S. has called the U.S.'s plan to provide Ukraine with an additional $625 million in military aid an immediate threat to Russia's strategic interests. That's kind of the point. But go on. The ambassador said the ongoing provisions of heavy weapons to Ukraine has cemented Washington's status as a participant in the conflict. What will happen? What will happen is that Putin is going to lose. Okay, Russia, Ukraine. By the way, I know some of you are sensitive, like I am. So don't go looking through Ukraine threads, like on Twitter, or you will see some things you can't unsee. So get the headline if because there's some people you can't handle it and it'll haunt you. I understand that. So I'm just warning you, if there's there's a Ukraine thread on Twitter, do not go through it. Okay. Lovers. Okay, suddenly I'm like, the whole situation is heinous. The amount of damage that's been done. Seriously, this man, he is a serial killer. He just is. He just happens to be head of a country. But he has absolutely the energy of a serial killer. All right, 7 of Wands, that's far right on the defensive. Moon, howling at the moon. 2 of Cups. Wheel of Fortune. Empress. Tell you what's going to happen. Putin's going to lose. Here he's on the defensive. Here's howling at the moon because things are not going well. Oh, and they're saying in the news that Russia has they've brought in 200,000 troops, new troops. No, they haven't. Believe nothing, they say. This is Ukraine and the West working together. This is Russia on the spinning wheel, and the knives are steadily coming at them. And ultimately, this is the Empress. This is America. This is Ukraine. This is the West in general. Major arcana. What's going to happen is Russia is going to lose. So, good. I am happy. I'm happy to read on that. Okay, so Tigress, thank you for the warning. Oh yeah, there are definitely some things in my head now that I don't want there, but that's life. All right, and all right, this is just oh my gosh, 124:30. This, wow. All right, pretend for a moment that you are just a good, decent Japanese person living in Japan, right? You're home, you got your life, you're doing your thing, all's well, right? And streaking across the sky, you see a missile. What is that? On Tuesday, North Korea decided it was a good day to fly a ballistic missile over Japan. this went about as well as you'd expect. Oh yeah, the Japanese were like, oh, that Jong-un, he's such a prankster. No, it's not how Japan responded. As you might imagine, what will happen? Will other countries end up being involved? I just think it's not a great idea to fly a ballistic missile over Japan. Just my opinion. I like that Weezy Squeeze box. It's like a bento box, a bowl of noodles and some chopsticks and some big eyes. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Nancy. Thank you. It's my favorite. Wheel of Fortune. Yeah. Did that just Nine of Cups. This is other countries pulling together saying, no. Nine of Swords and Ace of Swords. Japan is going to up its capability of shooting this garbage out of the sky. That's what this feels like. Oh, there's a thing. Kill it dead. Poof. Missile. In the water. Little fizzling out in the water. That's it. This is just going to increase the Japan and other countries. They're just going to keep working on their own technology to counteract this kind of garbage. So, all right. May your lunch be calmer than seeing a North Korean missile going over. Is that all right? That's going to do it for me for today. But thank you so much for being here. And thank you, everybody on Facebook and Twitter and whatnot. And thank you so much, everybody on YouTube. I'm grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm here every single day. So do put your questions in certainly in the chat on YouTube. I'll see what I can do about Facebook or Twitter if you've got questions there. We're testing out this month. We're just going to see how it goes. And other than that, at 4 o'clock, I'll be over on the Creative Sprints channel, doing Creative Sprints. Just bring your creative projects. It can be absolutely anything: writing, knitting, sewing, making a newsletter, whatever it is. Just come along. We just focus on our projects, our individual projects, for 25 minutes at a time. Other than that, we just try to encourage each other. And that's it. It's pretty simple. So you're always welcome on the Creative Sprints channel. Other than that, I will be right back here tomorrow. Same boo-boo time, same boo-boo channel. And that little lump right there, who is the boo-boo kitty. All right. Have a wonderful rest of your day. You're not alone. We are in this together, and there are good days ahead. There are. All right. Take care.